welcome back to the channel where we separate the wheat from the less impressive wheat. Today, we're not talking about your grandkids' participation trophies. We're talking about .45 ACP pistols, the caliber that won 2 world wars and can probably stop a rogue minivan full of soccer moms in its tracks. So ditch the prune juice, grab your reading glasses, and let's dive into the top 7 .45 ACP pistols you need to own, like yesterday. Number 7, the Springfield Armory XDS Mod 2. Alright, let's kick this off with something a little more, compact. Now, I know what you're thinking. Compact .45 sounds like a recipe for wrist pain, and you'd be partially right, but the Springfield Armory XDS Mod 2 is surprisingly manageable. Think of it as the pocket knife of the .45 world. It's there when you need it, doesn't take up much space, and it'll get the job done. It's got that grip zone that Springfield loves to boast about, and honestly, it's pretty darn good. Even with my aging hands, I can get a solid grip on this thing. Recoil, yes, you'll feel it. It's a .45 in a small package after all, but it's not unbearable. Think of it as a firm handshake from a slightly grumpy uncle. It's a polymer frame, striker fired, modern design, meaning it's reliable, easy to maintain, and won't weigh you down like that old service revolver your grandpa used to carry. It's a great option for concealed carry, or for when you just want something that doesn't feel like you're lugging around a boat anchor. Plus, it's a Springfield, so you know it's going to last longer than your last car. Not that you'd know much about that, you still drive a '67 Mustang, don't you? Number 6, the Glock 21 Gen 4. Ah, Glock, the Toyota Camry of the gun world. Reliable, predictable, and everyone seems to own one. The Glock 21 Gen 4 is the .45 ACP version of this ubiquitous handgun, and it's a Glock. It's blocky, it's black, and it looks like it was designed by a committee of engineers who only communicate through spreadsheets. But don't let its utilitarian appearance fool you. This thing is a workhorse. It just keeps going and going. You could probably run it over with your truck, bury it in the backyard for a year, dig it up, and it would still fire. Don't actually do that, by the way. That's just silly. The Gen 4 improvements are welcome. The interchangeable back straps let you tailor the grip to your hand size, which is important when you're dealing with the recoil of a .45. And the dual recoil spring assembly helps to soften things up a bit. Is it the most beautiful gun on this list? Absolutely not. Does it have the most character? Nope. But if you need a reliable, no-nonsense .45 that you can bet your life on, the Glock 21 Gen 4 is a solid choice. Plus, if you already have a Glock, you know how it works, so there is no learning curve. Number 5, the Heckler & Koch HK45. Now we're talking. Let's add some European flair to this party. The Heckler & Koch HK45 is a .45 ACP pistol that's built like a German tank, but feels a lot nicer in the hand. This thing is smooth, the trigger pull is crisp, the recoil is manageable, and the ergonomics are excellent. H&K knows how to build a quality firearm, and the HK45 is a prime example. It's got that classic H&K overbuilt feel that inspires confidence. You just know this thing is going to last longer than your knees. The polymer frame helps to absorb some of the recoil, and the interchangeable back straps allow you to customize the grip. And of course, it has H&K's legendary reliability. You can probably feed it steel-cased ammo all day long, and it won't even hiccup. It also has ambidextrous controls, which is great for you southpaws out there. No more struggling with a right-handed gun. It might be a little more expensive than some of the other options on this list, but you get what you pay for. The HK45 is a premium .45 ACP pistol that's worth every penny. Number 4, the Sig Sauer P220. Okay, now we're getting into some serious territory. The Sig Sauer P220 is a classic .45 ACP pistol that's been around for decades. It's like that old leather chair in your living room. Comfortable, reliable, and it just feels right. The P220 is a single double action pistol, meaning you can carry it hammer down for a long, heavy first trigger pull, or cock the hammer back for a lighter single action pull. It's up to you. It's all about preference here. The Sig Sauer P220 is incredibly accurate. It's built to a higher standard. It has an excellent trigger, and it just feels good in the hand. Recoil. Yeah, you'll feel it, but it's not punishing. It has a reassuring thump that lets you know you're in control. The SIG P220 also has an external slide release and decocker for added safety. It's also durable, reliable, and has an excellent reputation. It might be a little heavier than some of the polymer frame pistols on this list, but that weight helps to soak up the recoil. It's a classic for a reason. It just works. Number 3, the Colt 1911 Series 70. Alright, buckle up. History buffs, we're going back in time to the granddaddy of all .45 ACP pistols, the Colt 1911 Series 70. Now, I know what you're thinking, a 100-year-old design, really? And yes, really, because the 1911 is a timeless classic for a reason. It's accurate, reliable, and it just feels right in the hand. It's like driving a classic car. It might not have all the bells and whistles of a modern vehicle, but it's got character, charm, and a certain something that new cars just can't match. The Series 70 is a faithful reproduction of the original 1911 design without all the modern improvements that some manufacturers have added over the years. It's got a crisp trigger, a comfortable grip, and that classic 1911 feel. Now, it's not without its quirks. It only holds 7 rounds in the magazine. It's heavy, so it is not ideal for concealed carry. It does require a bit more maintenance than a modern polymer-framed pistol, but if you want to own a piece of history and experience what it was like to shoot a .45 ACP pistol that won 2 world wars, the Colt 1911 Series 70 is the way to go. It is, after all, the gun John Browning wanted you to have. Number 2, the Smith & Wesson M and P45 M20. Alright, let's move on to a more modern take on the .45 ACP. The Smith & Wesson M and P45 M20 is a polymer-framed, striker-fired pistol that's designed for performance. Think of it as the 1911's grandson, but with all the updated features. The M&P M20 boasts an improved trigger compared to the original M&P series. It's got a shorter reset, a crisper break, and it just feels better overall. It also has a more aggressive grip texture, which provides a secure hold even when your hands are sweaty. It's like sandpaper for your palms, but in a good way. The M&P 45 M20 is reliable, accurate, and easy to maintain. It's also got ambidextrous controls. S&W also has a full suite of accessories available, and it's also affordable. It's a solid option for concealed carry, home defense, or just a day at the range. Plus, it's made in the USA, which is always a nice bonus. Number 1, the Wilson Combat 1911. Okay folks, this is it. The creme de la creme, the Rolls-Royce of .45 ACP pistols, the Wilson Combat 1911. Now, before you start yelling at your screen about the price, hear me out. This isn't just a gun, it's an experience. It's an investment. It's a work of art that happens to fire .45 caliber bullets. Wilson Combat takes the classic 1911 design and elevates it to a whole new level. These pistols are hand-fitted, meticulously crafted, and built to the highest standards of quality. They're accurate, the triggers are light and crisp, like breaking a glass rod. They just exude quality and craftsmanship. These guns are expensive, no doubt about it. You could probably buy a used car for the price of one Wilson Combat 1911, but if you're looking for the best of the best, if you want a .45 ACP pistol that will last you a lifetime and become a family heirloom, then you can't go wrong with a Wilson Combat 1911. Think of it as the last .45 you'll ever need to buy, until you buy another one anyway. Alright, there you have it folks, the top 7 .45 ACP pistols you need to buy right now. Now get out there, hit the range, and practice your aim. And remember, stay safe, stay smart, and keep those targets downrange. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment below telling us what .45 ACP pistol is your favorite. Until next time, so long partners.